Welcome back to round 2 of Standard Showdown Wednesday at GameSwap Mason, Ohio. We got John Douglas on Esper Godfarer Gifts on the left, and Clayton on Sultai Energy.
So yeah, this should be a very good match. It looks like both players mulliganing to 6.
All right.
So
at least it's fair that way.
Both players in 6. When it comes to this matchup, I would probably rather be on the Esper gift side because at least in the very least in game 1, Clayton should probably not have a lot of ways to interact with a Godfarer's gift once it's put on the table.
Yeah, I can see that.
But now that I say that,
Main deck Scarab God does
Main deck Scarab God, but also Hostage Taker lets you take artifacts. So that's an interaction that we could see come up, taking either a gate or a
Godfarer's Gift.
That one's going to be a little harder to cast. It's going to depend on how quickly John is going to be able to assemble his present.
I mean, I think if John can get like one Angel of Invention out, that'll probably like shore things up fairly well for him.
Yeah, you can, as the Sultai player, you do have ways to outlast maybe 1 or 2 Godfarer's Gift triggers with fatal pushes that you might not have had good targets for.
Yep. Wait, which one creates a copy of the card where the CMC is still the same?
It's not Godfarer's Gift, I can tell you that.
Isn't that Scarab God?
No, they both create tokens. I think you're just thinking of, I actually have no clue what you're thinking of.
Like, I forget which one it is, but like one of them creates a... So, when you eternalize something, it's a token, right?
Correct. You exile the card from the graveyard and create a token. You could be just thinking of any, like, clone effect.
Yeah.
Like, there's Vizier of Many Faces, which is a clone, but I think even when it bombs, it's still a token.
Yeah. The front side, I don't know.
Yeah. That's a card that has a lot of weird interactions with Scarab God. And this is a card that I actually really like out of the Godfarer's Gift deck.
So after reading Godfarer's Gift, it creates a copy of that card and a token.
Yeah, so
so since it's a copy of the card, the CMC is still the same, right?
Because it's a token, I don't believe so.
So like
as someone who has fatal pushed many Godfarer's Gift tokens on Moto, I'm pretty sure it's 0 BCMC. But yeah, as I was saying, this is a card that I really like out of the Esper Godfarer's Gift deck. It's Search for Azcanta. There are a lot of creatures in the deck, but all the most important cards like Gate to the Afterlife and the namesake card, Godfarer's Gift, are things you can find off Azcanta, and you're going to be milling yourself with Minister Inquiries. You're going to be playing Walking Ballistas on 0 just to fill up your graveyard. So this is a card you should be able to flip probably consistently around... Turn 5. Turn 4, maybe. Most likely turn 5.
I like to get ahead of myself.
We are getting reports.
Oh, Scarab God now.
Okay.
I like where this is going.
Oh, is this for Vizier of Many Faces? Or for Godfarer's Gift? Okay. So yeah, actually you cannot fatal push a Godfarer's Gift token. That's interesting. But we see a really good play here for Clayton. He is going to Vraska's Contempt a Scarab God, which means Douglas is not going to be getting that return to hand trigger from going to the graveyard. And also, he just got a turn where he gets swing at Douglas for 3 points of damage.
That's probably, it might come up later.
I think it's something that actually is going to be relevant this game. You see here John Douglas has a copy of Sanctum Seeker, which at the most it's going to become a 2/3, it looks like. I didn't see if he left it on top. I believe he did. Yeah,
because I remember that land being there.
Yeah, so it does look like that is going to put a stop right now to Clayton's attack.
Right.
But just that turn where he just got to play the Scarab God and have it exiled like that, that was a
huge tempo swing.
Loss in tempo for John Douglas. Now, it looks like he does have a Kite Sail Freebooter here, which is going to reveal Noxious Gearhulk. That is not a card I was expecting, and that is going to be something that
he can't take.
He cannot take it. Now, John does have a copy of
Correct.
Hostage Taker in hand.
All right, I like that.
So this is going to be little of a match of chicken here. We're going to see, because the person to play their Hostage Taker or Gearhulk second is probably going to be more ahead in this situation, and it does look like Clayton is going to pull the trigger. So this is not going to work out how he probably wants it to.
Yep. So another fun fact about Freebooter though, it's showing his legs in the Modern Humans deck. Did you know that?
Is it really now?
Yeah,
that is something that I would be surprised about, but now that I think about it a little more, I'm not.
Yeah, because like it's 1 mana cheaper than Sin Collector.
Yeah. The thing I don't like about it though is like there's a lot of Fatal Push and there's a lot of Bolt running around in Modern right now.
It's mainly just there for like the Storm and Titan Shift matchups.
Yeah, so if I can see that coming in on the sideboard. I'm not sure it's something you'd want to put in the main deck right now. But here's where you're gonna see this Hostage Taker taking this Gearhulk, and Clayton now has essentially 2 draws to finance this Hostage Taker with that Rogue Refiner in hand.
Yeah, I mean,
and
most of his answer can answer this Hostage Taker because Rex Contempt is 4 mana and he does have 7 mana.
Yeah. Also, now if he finds Fatal Push, there might be a situation where he attacks a Minister Inquiries into the Hostage Taker just to trigger Revolt on a Fatal Push. I didn't get a good look at what he drew.
I think if it was a Rex Contempt, we'd just be seeing it snapped off right now.
Yeah, he might want to like try to play a little bit of a mind game real quick. Looks like a Blooming Marsh, and
I think even if Clayton does attack, John will just take it.
Oh yeah, there's no way I could. Yeah, I don't think there is a advantage to blocking here. I don't think the 2 life matters. Your opponent could have drawn something like a Blossoming Defense.
Yeah. So like,
or
why
a
risk
Walking Ballista. Yeah, there's no point in risking it. And now he gets to untap. He can cast this this Noxious Gearhulk.
No, you can't. He only has 5 mana, doesn't he?
I thought he had 6. Oh no, he only has 5. So he is not going to. Oh, he had the Aether Hub in hand.
All right, we're fine.
Yeah, I remembered. So yeah, he's going to cast this Noxious Gearhulk and probably take out the Rogue Refiner. Yeah.
Yeah, it's the highest points in the highest.
Well, you would get more life for the Hostage Taker because you would. It's based on toughness, not power.
Okay.
But I like this play better from John because now he can safely attack with that Noxious Gearhulk. If he had left the Rogue Refiner in play, he could actually get it double blocked by a Minister Inquiries and the Rogue Refiner. This is a way that he has a safe attack through with the Noxious Gearhulk, barring any kind of pump spell or anything. So, and that is going to be looks like a 5-turn clock, so not the fastest clock in the world. So
it's still a clock.
It's still a clock. Clayton will have time to draw out of though. He could draw another copy of Restless Contempt. He could draw another, if he has his own main deck copies of Scarab God.
Yep.
That would be really big right now.
And I don't see why Clayton wouldn't have a main deck copy of that card.
Some lists have been opting to play. Some lists play Verdurous Gearhulk over the Scarab God just as a way. In like game 1, it's just a little better. You do now see Gate to the Afterlife from John Douglas, and you can see that he has separated his graveyard into 2 piles. It's going to be for creatures and non-creatures. And I don't know how many creatures he has in his graveyard right now. He needs 7 to be able to activate that Gate to the Afterlife and get the namesake artifact.
Godfarer's Gift.
Yes. So maybe we can get a count on how many cards he has in his graveyard, or I mean creatures.
I think it's just the one.
Is it just the one? Okay, then we're going to be a little ways off.
I mean, that's still fine because you get incremental value from the Gate of the Afterlife.
Yeah, you still, whenever creature dies, you still get the loot trigger, and you gain life. He has, looks like he has 3 creatures in his graveyard.
Or, yeah.
I know he had a Sanctum Seeker die. He had the Freebooter, and he milled a Champion of Wits.
Right. Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he has, and actually Champion of Wits is another thing. If he draws another, not even draws another one, he's gonna flip this as Kanta, and he can just eternalize. Oh, he just drew a copy of Godfarer's Gift.
Oh, that's
so yeah, he actually gets to.
That makes things a lot easier, doesn't it?
Yeah, he can. He has a choice now between probably Champion of Wits and Kaiser Freebooter. I like this play because it lets him take a look at what hand he might have.
Yep.
Which is going to be a fatal push.
Yeah, that's
fine. But that also would have gotten a 4/4 body onto the board, which with flying, and that in of itself, that's another
clock.
Clock. Now it looks like we're going to see attack with a Noxious Gearhulk. So if Clayton wants, he can trade his Rogue Refiner and the Minister Inquiries that he took hostage for his hostage Torrential Gearhulk. That's a play that I actually don't like making here because if you do the math, I believe you're winning this race. If that is a Vraska, that is going to be a big card right here.
And
so
it was.
Yeah, you can -3 kill the Godfarer's Gift. And now that is going to leave, if you decide to attack, that's going to leave it open to being hit with the Noxious Gearhulk. You can choose to block the same way earlier and save your Vraska. I don't know how much that's going to do in this spot. You're going to be trading a 1/2 and a 3/2 for the 5/4 Menace. That also leaves you can get a 2/2 Menace Pirate. Which if you're trying to race is probably something you want to do, but that doesn't look like he's going to have a great ability to race here. Oh, but he has a hostage taker of his own to take this Rogue Refiner. That's going to change the math a lot.
Cast Rogue Refiner. Now,
yeah, which gets him some energy that really doesn't matter. The main thing is just a creature that cycles, and it got rid of it from Clayton's side. Now, the torrential plays so much.
Vraska is dead, right?
Yeah, the Vraska is just dead if John wants to commit the entirety of his attack.
I mean,
I like what he's doing right now. He's saying that he's going to trade his 2 creatures for a 2/2 Menace Pirate, basically. And then he also needs to draw another creature just to keep his Vraska alive. I think it might have been better just to let Vraska die there because the Kitesail Freebooter is attacking, he doesn't get the ability to minus it again. And that looks like a Thematic Compass.
All right. What's that
from
again?
Clayton. So it lets you, it's kind of like a Journeyer's Kite on the front side. And then when it flips into Mazavith.
All right. And how did it flip right away?
I think you have to activate it, or maybe it's end step trigger, I believe. Yeah, at the beginning of your end step, you have 7 or more lands.
All right, so it becomes Mazavith.
It becomes Mazavith.
Which, if you don't know what Mazavith does, it basically, if a creature's attacking and you can tap it to untap that creature attacking, it removes it from combat.
Yeah, so that is a very powerful ability to just have on your turn, just with a land. Just on a land, it doesn't really cast a spell slot. It is one of the few non-legendary of the flip lands.
Oh, that's actually pretty huge.
You can have multiple of them. I don't know how many compasses Clayton has decided to run today.
I can't imagine it's that many, since he's playing a 3-color deck, and having so many colorless lands does dilute your deck a fine amount much.
Well, it doesn't count as a land slot. It just.
Oh yeah, it doesn't. Yeah. My bad.
Oh god, if we just Mazavith in standard right now that tapped for a colorless mana, oh lord.
Oh, I mean, I don't know how good that would be.
Just Mazavith that tapped for mana, that would be insane.
True. Yeah. I hate that Mazavith doesn't tap for mana.
Oh, and it looks like we're just gonna have a Walking Ballista to finish off Clayton here, and we're gonna be going to a game 2 with John Douglas being 1-0 over Clayton with Esper Godfarer's Gift over Sultai Energy.
Yeah. Also, guys, in case you don't know yet, this Friday we have a very special event. Do you know about that, Patrick?
I do, in fact, and it's something I'm actually looking forward to.
Yeah, I did it once before.
I also have.
Yeah, I didn't succeed saying I was playing Blue Moon, but the event is following. Basically, if you don't know already, this weekend we have the Star City Games Open Circuit coming to town in Sharonville Convention Center, right?
Yep, Cincinnati, Ohio. It's going to be fun event. For the standard players, it's a modern main event, so You're going to have to wait till Sunday to get your chance to play Standard, but there's still going to be some great Modern action. Patrick Sullivan's coming back in the booth.
Really?
Yeah, it's going to be Cedric Phillips and Patrick Sullivan.
Oh,
so
that's great.
I'm not going to be there on Sunday, but I am very much looking forward to being able to watch those two.
You mean you won't be there Saturday?
Correct. I will not be there Saturday. Thank you.
Yeah.
But the event he is referring to is on Friday for our FNM. We are going to have.
It's not FNM. It's just a different event. Like.
Well, yeah, like just during the same time
Yeah.
as FNM, we're going to have 3 members from Team Metagame Gurus coming here for
that's
their
gonna be,
Beat a Guru Challenge.
Yeah, the 3 members are Jim Davis, Ben Friedman, and Frank.
Scarin?
Yeah.
Okay.
I like how like you just could tell when I looked at you. I was like, I don't know how to pronounce
Yeah.
this.
So and then. What do you get if you actually beat a guru? So what they're gonna do is they're gonna have a booth set up, and they are going to basically do gunslinger matches. So you can choose to play modern, standard, or legacy.
Yeah, so no popper.
Yeah, none of those silly formats.
No
so
tiny leader popper
Yeah.
Kamigawa block constructed.
Oh god. You can choose what format you play, and then you get a T-shirt, and I actually think you get a deck box as
yeah.
well. I have done this once before when it was the release weekend of Eldritch Moon back when I lived in Columbus.
Mm-hmm.
And I played Standard against Pete Ingram before he went to work for Wizards, and I emerged victorious.
I played against Dan Jessup when I was on Blue Moon still, and I was
Okay.
playing that Jeskai aggro deck.
Oh, yeah.
You see, what happened was if I landed my Blood Moon like a turn sooner, I could shut him off white and blue, but I didn't, and it died.
Yeah, that's normally what happens with Blood Moon decks.
Yep.
Thankfully, we're playing Standard right now, and there are no Blood Moons because I hate that card.
You know what? Like, okay, I love that card. Don't get me wrong, but I wouldn't mind seeing it gone in Modern, honestly.
Yeah, I'd be very okay with many things getting banned in Modern right now.
What about Urza's Mine?
I would prefer they ban Urza's Tower.
But, like, there's only, like, 2 mines. There's a mine art that looks like a tower and a mine art that looks like a power plant. So there's only, like, 2 mines, dude.
That's true. So we're looking at our opening 7 here for Game 2, with John Douglas being up a game. How do you think that these players would have sideboarded, Robert?
So, sideboarded. I can imagine the Graveyard Exile land from, I forget the name.
Scavenger Grounds?
Yes, that card.
From Clayton? I would honestly, in this 3-color, I'd be surprised if he has Scavenger Grounds. Something he might have in his deck, and we're getting from he does, is Death Gorge Scavenger, the so-called Scooz Dino.
Yeah, it's not Scooz
Well,
Dino.
no, it's definitely not Scooz, but that's something people have been affectionately calling it, and it looks like Clayton is on a mulligan to 6 here.
Yep. I mean, mulligans aren't the worst thing.
No, and this deck does have a Tune with Aether, so he is able to like keep hands that have lower land counts. But this is one of the starts that John really wants here. He has a turn 1 Minister of Inquiries. He can start filling up his graveyard.
Yep. Getting that gate of the afterlife to turn on real soon.
He has Godfarer's Gift in hand, along with I think one
Angel Invention.
I was gonna say Sanctum Seeker. We just played, and I think he has another one in his hand.
Yeah, I see one Angel Invention.
Yeah, I see an Angel Invention.
I see a Champion Witch as well.
Yeah, I think there's a Hostage Taker as well. And then we look at Clayton's hand. He had a nice start with a turn 2 Glint Sleeve Siphoner. So it looks like he has missed his energy trigger from the Glint Sleeve Siphoner entering the battlefield.
Yeah, he might just fix it right here.
He might fix it here. It doesn't look like he does. I think he missed the trigger.
Did he miss his Aether trigger too?
Yes.
He used,
he used the energy.
Oh, because he had Aether Hub. He went Swamp, Aether Hud, played Glint Sleeve, go to 2 energy, draw a card.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Okay.
Yeah, we must admit we missed that.
Yeah.
How bad.
I don't know how much I like the attack from the Glint Sleeve Siphoner, basically trading for the Minister Inquiries.
I mean, I see why Clayton will do that, because like the Minister just really fuels up John's graveyard very fast.
But then you see another very hallmark card of this deck, in Champion of Wits, discarding an Angel of Invention and I believe a Swamp.
Yep, a Swamp.
Swamp.
What's your favorite art swamp?
My favorite art swamp?
Yeah, your favorite art on swamps.
honestly, that's not something I think about. I'm not someone who really pays attention to his basic lands. Like, I like them to match, but
fair.
the arts... I do enjoy the new, all the Amonkhet basics. I just like the way that they all look with each other.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm not huge on the different arts. Like, I'm not one of those people who it's like, oh, unglued or die, or gurus or bust.
Or, I mean, gurus are nice, don't get me wrong.
Oh, yeah, gurus are definitely nice, and this is going to be a very interesting sequence. So you see... Clayton played his Hostage Taker and took a Sanctum Seeker. The thing about that Hostage Taker choice there was he didn't have any...
Oh my! We're about to have some Hostage Taker on Hostage Taker on Hostage Taker action here.
Yeah, some triple Hostage Taker. He didn't have any like really good choices to Hostage Taker, and there aren't that many good Hostage Taker targets on this board at all. There's other Hostage Takers, there's Champion of Wits, and there's Sanctum Seeker, and then on Clayton's side there's a Rogue Refiner. All of these cards are, you know, if they're taken hostage, yeah, they're good to cast. But if
he removes them, like,
if you remove them, like
they have inherent enter the battlefield effects.
Correct. And so that's why you saw Clayton choose to Hostage Taker the Sanctum Seeker over the Champion of Wits. The Champion of Wits is the one that he would rather cast, but he wanted to, if his Hostage Taker got removed, he wanted to deny the champion ETB ability, and you're gonna see that he's gonna make the same choice here. He's also, when he plays the Sanctum Seeker, that's just something that could block and eat or trade with the Champion of Wits, depending on how the exploration goes.
Yep.
I do like this play here from Clayton of never returning the Hostage Taker
instead of like playing another Hostage Taker.
Because that's just a lot of messiness that can happen in a game, and especially when you're playing like these black-green style removal decks, you want to be able to have a control over the game with your removal.
Yeah.
And you don't want your removal to be subject to your opponent's removal, and then they get to play their Hostage Taker and take your Rogue Refiner or even another Hostage Taker. Just a lot of triggers.
You know what? I'm glad.
So we see here 5 mana from Clayton. It looks like a Nissa Vital Force. This is the second time we've seen this card today, and both times we've seen it, it is landed and it has looked impressive. That 5 mana land is going to be something that's going to be able to get into, or 5 power land.
5 mana land.
Oh yeah.
What are we? There's a 5 mana land out there. I just don't know what it is.
Yeah.
But yeah, Nissa's been pretty impressive. She's really shines in his like mid-range matchups.
Yeah, it's something that is really good. Now, what I like about it here is not necessarily as like a mid-range card, but this is something that's going to provide a quick clock for Clayton, because he is racing this Godfarer's Gift that John has in hand, but now things are going to look a little bit weird for Clayton, because John has just resolved a copy of the Scarab God.
But as we know, Clayton does have another copy of Hostage Taker in his hand.
He does, but now he doesn't know this. Like, he's probably going to snap off this Hostage Taker on the Scarab God. But what's going to end up happening is John is going to play land number 7, play Gate to the Afterlife,
Hostage Taker
the Hostage Taker on the Scarab God. And that Hostage Taker is going to be a 4/4, and we're going to see a lot.
Oh, that's different. Yeah.
So I don't know how much I like this play by Clayton.
Really?
Yeah, it seems like I think his plan here is going to be to minus.
Wait, so what Clayton did was, if you didn't count on, he tapped mana for the land.
Yes, and then untapped, and then
get 2 mana off one land, basically.
I do enjoy that play, but you see he's going to use a minus on the Scarab God from the Frasca, and that buys him some time. That really doesn't do that much to really impact the... I mean, it impacts the board. Kinda. It doesn't really deal with the problem, though.
I think what Clayton's trying to do is like go for more of a long-term game plan here. So basically what he did was he didn't deal with the Scarab God. He just kind of like pushed it to the side and would deal with it later.
That's true.
Because I think what Clayton's thought process is, I mean, it's completely negated right now, but I originally think his thought process was he was just like Vraska, minus the Scarab God, then when John plays Scarab God again, he'll just hostage taker that Scarab God.
Yeah, so the thing, though, about that play is it does line up not great against this play that John Douglas just made with play Godfarer's Gift, get back my Angel of Invention as a 6/6 flying, haste, lifelink, vigilance, and what he could have done with that Vraska is actually saved it to blow up this copy of Godfarer's Gift.
All right.
And now we're going to see an emblem from Nissa Vital Force saying whenever you play a land,
you draw a card.
Yeah,
in the grinding matchups.
Yes, you do get to draw. It's very good in the grinding matchups, but I don't consider this to be a grindy matchup.
So, hostage taker take...
Probably. You have to take the Godfarer's Gift here.
Yeah.
So, and that's going to be a nice little swing. It's going to take that Godfarer's Gift away from John.
Yeah. Assume he doesn't see any removal anytime soon.
Correct. Now, we're going to see if John has a way to deal with that hostage taker. But the thing that I don't like from this line that Clayton's taking, he could be trying to play Never to Return in the same turn.
Deal with the Scarab God?
Deal with the Scarab God, but he does not have a good way to deal with this Angel of Invention that was now a 6/6 flyer.
No.
It can now, if he wants, just eat the Nissa that's on the table. And black-green decks traditionally do not have a good way of dealing with large flyers.
No, and the Nissa on the table is a way for Clayton to get to enough mana, the mana threshold to never return on the same turn. So I really don't know why the emblem was made the following turn.
Yeah, I don't like the play of making the emblem, especially when if you notice, Clayton's been missing land drops.
Yeah.
So the emblem really it doesn't do anything if you're not hitting lands. And actually, Clayton does have the mana to cast Never to Return in the same turn if the Nissa survives, because he has that treasure token.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to refer to.
Yeah, okay.
The treasure token. Actually, yeah. But it just feels like John just is so far ahead in this matchup right now. Even though
yeah. I think at this point he's just gonna be able to he's just going to be able to present more threats than Clayton's going to find answers to.
Yeah, because John still has his Scarab God in hand.
Yeah, he has the Scarab God in his hand. He has another Gate to the Afterlife, which should soon be able to find yet another copy of Godfarer's Gift.
Soon, John's just going to start eternalizing or making copies of the hostage taker in his graveyard to get the...
Yeah, both... Do both players have hostage? No, it's just John that has a hostage taker in his graveyard. So... Yeah. We see an Attune with Aether here drawn for Clayton, and that is something...
It's basically going to be a redraw right here.
Yeah, it's basically just going to be... He's going to find the land. He's going to be able to
It's a Hornet Greed in play right now.
Correct. He is not, however, going to be able to play Never to Return in the same turn to deal with the Scarab God. So he is going to have to either spend a card to kill this Scarab God and have it return to John Douglas's hand at the end step, which is... tempo and resource-wise, just a very bad use of how it's going to play out. And this is the reason that I...
didn't like the Nissa just dying.
Yeah, I didn't like the Nissa just dying. I actually would have preferred...
Just an uptick again.
Uptick again, being able to have the mana to do that, and just being able to get rid of that answer permanently. And then you really only have one threat to deal with that you know about. You don't know that there's another Gate in his hands.
Yeah.
So, and John Douglas is also at a very high life total and is going to be able to start eternalizing creatures. And so...
Yeah, I think, Clayton just, took a wrong turn, and now he's, just...
Yeah, I think now he's going to have a... We're going to get into a board stall, and one of the times when Scarab God really shines is board stalls.
Because you get so much incremental value with the scries and draining.
Yeah,
and you just develop an army by itself.
Exactly, and Godfarer's Gift does create zombies.
Yes.
So we're going to see...
A scry for... He can hold priority, so maybe a scry for 2?
Yeah, now, something that John is going to want to do here, especially if he's
So he's going to stack the
paying
triggers.
attention. He's going to stack the triggers so that probably that he gets to decide to do that first.
Yep.
Mill another Angel Invention.
How much mana? Oh, so now John has 8. Now John has 8 mana, right?
Yeah, John has 8 mana, and something he's going to really want to do here is he's going to use Scarab God to reanimate his Kitesail Freebooter to exile that Never to Return in John's hand, or in Clayton's hand.
No, I think first, like, he can just, like, Cautious Trigger, get back his Godfarer's Gift.
Yeah, that's something he's going to want to do too, but I think that one of the ways, like, the only way John is able to win this game, or that Clayton is able to win this game, is if he can play his own Scarab God.
All right.
And also answer John's.
Well, so I think what John's going to do is get another Angel Invention, honestly.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that, and I definitely think there at a point it was good to reanimate the Hostage-Taker. I'm just saying that I think at some point John is going to want to reanimate Kitesail Freebooter to check his opponent's hand for any ways like a Vraska's Contempt or a Never to Return that could deal with his Scarab God.
Yeah, but I think at this point, like, John's just so far ahead.
Oh, I agree. Like, I don't think there's a extremely realistic world in where Clayton is able to win this game, mainly because again he does not have a good way to deal with the 6/6 flyer.
No, I don't think he does. Like, especially if a second one comes around.
Yeah, which it does look like. Oh, so he is going to use Scarab God to eternalize it, and it really doesn't matter. It's just about how he's going to play his trigger, and now he's going to use.
Oh, he's a third.
Oh, he has a third one. Is that lethal? 6, 12, 18, and he's gonna flash. So yeah, that is actually just lethal. I didn't realize he had a third Angel Invention in his yard.
They're 8/8s.
They're 6/6s.
No,
oh, they all get +1/+1.
No, +2. No, each of them gets +2/+2.
Well, yeah, from the other, angels.
So it's 8/8s. He goes to 1.
Oh, that's right, because Scarab God doesn't give haste.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I didn't. Yeah, we didn't realize that John had a third angel in the graveyard.
Yeah, that's okay. Now I can see.
Now I can see why John has been doing things he's been doing.
Yeah, I do not see a realistic way that Clayton can win this game unless he
Bantu's Last
Reckoning?
Reckoning?
Bantu's Last Reckoning into a Appetite for the Unnatural or a Slice and Twain. Besides that, though, I don't see...
Like, he's dead on John's upkeep.
Yeah, he's just dead on John's upkeep. I think we're going to see a hand extension here soon and a scooping up of the cards. And I think the key point in this game was when Clayton made that Nissa emblem. I think he was treating this matchup as a attrition, a mid-range matchup, and I don't think...
That's where you really want to be doing this matchup, when they can just, like...
From the black-green deck side, from the Sultai side, I don't think that's how you want to approach this matchup, because they have this more powerful card in Godfarer's Gift that is a lot harder for the Sultai deck to interact with. And I don't think that... I think that being able to activate the Nissa and being able to never return that Scarab God was something that he really needed to be able to do to stay in that game. He would have been able to Hostage Taker the Godfarer's Gift maybe again, or be able to just have one threat to answer. But this like main problem with this matchup is it is very hard for Sultai to be able to answer all the threats that the Godfarer's Gift deck is producing, because they also have to answer the Godfarer's Gift along with the Eternalized creatures.
Oh yeah, most definitely. Because the Godfarer's deck, like you said, is just forcing the mid-range decks to have so many answers for so many different threats.
Yeah, so looks like that is all we are going to have for round 2 for you guys. So we will be back for round 3 in approximately around like 17 minutes is what we got left on the clock. So around 20 minutes, and then we will see you guys then for
round number
3.
All right, guys. Huh?
gives